Unpredictable. Very resourceful. A master chef. A wisecracking know-it-all. Always improving himself. He is Caleb Clifford Jennings Betterton. This is Caleb's Take.
All right, guys, the Chancellor is here today to entertain and challenge you. And man, do I have a lot, and I mean a lot, to talk about today. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Sorry about that. Been a lot going on, but we're back better than ever. And I have something to complain about real fast. You know, I'm all about Thanksgiving's over. I can be complaining. I can complain again. I can be, ungrateful again. I can be unthankful again. I'm just kidding, kind of. But one of the worst things that can happen to a person in life, and I am serious right now, is when you go to your favorite fast food chain, whatever that is. Could be McDonald's, could be Brahms, Sonic, and if you're a weirdo and have no life, Burger King, I don't care, Chick-fil-A, whatever. You order your sandwich, your combo meal, milkshake, no milkshake, hard decision to make. You make your decision, and you upsize them fries because you love them fries. You pull up first window, you pay. Great, awesome. A little overpriced. Thanks a lot, Joe Biden, for the inflation. You move on, next window, you get your food. You open that bag, and you look inside your bag, and you see that carton of fries. And the disappointment hits. Because you upsized your fries, but your carton of fries is 3/4 full. And you look at the bottom of the bag, maybe they fell out, but no, the bottom of the bag's empty. And they gave you literally 3/4 to half a carton of fries, and you paid for a large fry, and you're getting maybe the equivalent, of a medium. They leave your fry carton halfway, not even all the way full. It's one of the worst and most disappointing things ever. It happened to me last week, and I was disappointed. I had my fries. I was excited. I'll get some good fresh fries. I look at the carton, and it's barely even full. It's not even full, and it's just the disappointment there is so heartbreaking. I upsized. I gave you 50 cents more, and the least you could have done is thrown a few extra in the bag, because those are the best fries. We all know that. The few fries you find in the bag after you finish the carton, delicious. But when they don't even fill up the carton, it's a very, very disappointing. In fact, I think it's disrespectful. It's one of the most disrespectful things you can do. If you're in the fast food industry and you do that, just know these hands may be coming for you. Okay? No disrespect to me. Don't disrespect me by giving me a 3/4 sized large fry. Okay? I paid the money. It's even worse when you do the small or medium fries, but still, I paid the money. I gave you what you asked for, and you disrespect me. I don't know. One thing I found that was kind of interesting the other day was, and I never knew this, I've been listening to that book that's forever long on George Washington, and this fact, it blew my mind, honestly, and it surprised me, and I was in shock. In fact, I texted Heidi and said, Heidi, did you know this? And she was like, I didn't actually, kind of, maybe sort of. I think she lied to me. I don't think she actually knew. But I was blown away to find out that George Washington didn't have any kids. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, didn't he not want to have his kids take over as king, so he did the honorable thing and stepped down to two terms? And the answer is kind of true, but you kind of have a better understanding of it, or a deeper revelation, let's use Christianese, of it, when you find out his kids, quote unquote, were not his kids. They were, in fact, his wife's kids. And so, it seems very honorable to turn away being the next king of America, because you want to make sure that America stays free, so your kids don't take over. And it seems like a very honorable thing to do, until you find out that maybe he didn't care about his kids because they weren't his kids. And it's like, you know what? I don't like these kids. They're not even my kids. Why would I want them to be the next kings or queens of America? Nah. What if he decided to turn down being the king of America out of spite, not out of honor? Now, I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying that that's a fact. But I'm just saying it gives you a little more context when you find out that his kids were not his kids. They were, in fact, his wife's kids. And so I'm just saying, I've always, grown up hearing the story of George Washington. He turned it down because he wanted America to stay free. It could have been his kids who took over and been king, but instead he did the honorable thing and said no. Well, it's a little more better context. When you find out all that stuff is revisionist history. I said revisionist history, all right? And it's a little more better context. You find out those kids weren't his kids. Maybe he didn't want those kids to take over. Maybe he didn't like those kids. I don't know that for a fact. I'm making stuff up. But the truth is, those kids were not his kids. That is true. Look it up. It blew my mind the other day. Blew my mind. Because I was like, what? Really? He technically had kids, but they weren't, he was not the father of those kids. Found out, comes in, you are not the father, George Washington. You are not the father. But yeah, that blew my mind the other day. Coming up next, we're going to talk about one of my favorite things in the world, and that is Christmas coffees. And we're going to talk about some of those amazing Christmas coffees coming up next. Stay tuned. So, it's Christmas season, and I am so excited that it's Christmas season. I love the Christmas season. I do. I think I don't, but I really do. Mainly because of this right here. And that is the Christmas coffees. They're out. They're around. And I am so excited for it. I love the Christmas coffees. So the Christmas coffees, the coffee shop I go to, they bring out are amazing. They're delicious. They are spectacular. And I love them. And I want to highlight them. Shout out to the Underground Coffee. Not a sponsor, but if they ever want to be a sponsor, I would love that, because they are the place I go to study and do so much stuff. There's so many amazing things you can do with Christmas coffees. One of the ones I had recently was a gingerbread coffee. It was actually interesting. It was good. I liked it, but it was not quite what I expected. The ginger in there was a little strong, but it was good. So if you like a little bit of that spicy coffee, for a spicy coffee person, the gingerbread cookie is where it's at. Gingerbread latte. Beautiful. Now, my all-time favorite Christmas coffee, and it's the iconic Christmas coffee. That's the peppermint mocha. It is the classic. It is the staple. It is so good. I love it. I love it. A good peppermint mocha is just so nice on a cold, crispy day with the Christmas music in the background playing as you watch people coming in and out. Santa Claus in the corner, getting Christmas lists from kids, and try not to make a funny face when the fat kid sits on them. But it's just great, and it's a beautiful thing, and I love it, and it's amazing, and it's just perfect. But there is the variation of this coffee that I do like, is the peppermint bark mocha, which adds white chocolate in there as well. And honestly, it's good, but I'm a stick for the classics. I love the classic. Love the classic. Peppermint mocha. It's just Christmas and a cup of coffee, and I love it. One unique one this coffee shop does is the maple nut goodie. And I'm not sure all what's in it, but I love it. It's super good. Of course, maple's in there. I think it's macadamia nut. I could be wrong there, and it sounds kind of weird to have macadamia nut in there, but I'm pretty sure it's macadamia nut, and it is very, very good. I enjoy that one. It's one I like to get on a weekend when I'm not trying to get stuff done, because when I drink that peppermint mocha, I want to relax. I want to chill. I want to enjoy. If I'm on a date, that's the kind of coffee I want to get there. If I'm trying to work on stuff or get stuff done or be somewhat productive, the maple nut goodie is the way to go. Way to go. Now, there's a Christmas beverage that maybe, I don't know if it's as controversial as the fall candy of candy corn, but it's very close to being that controversial. Very close to being that controversial. But it is the liquid known as eggnog. And eggnog, if you're a fan, it's the best thing ever. If you're not a fan, it's like, that's disgusting. Get that away from me. I want to like eggnog. Okay? I do. I want to like it. I want to be a part of it. I want to be involved with it. I want to enjoy the essence of eggnog. But the truth is, I can't stand that stuff. That stuff is nasty. And if you love eggnog, I'm sorry. I'll pray for you. But it is disgusting. It is not good. It is... Ugh. That's the sound effect right there. It is... Ugh. That is what eggnog is in a nutshell. But there are some coffee shops, if you are a fan of the eggnog or the raw egg juice, as I like to call it, they will actually substitute milk for eggnog. Just throwing that out there. And if you're an eggnog fan, that might be the way you want to go. All right, coming next, we're going to get our take in there. And this take is, what do you do when nothing is going right? Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to our take today. What do you do when nothing, and I mean nothing, is going right? We've all been in those situations. We've all been in those moments where it feels like nothing is going right. It feels like everything is just coming against us. And there are some people in the Bible who have dealt with that. The most iconic one, the most famous one, is definitely Job. Job, when he says nothing goes right, Job's life is the epitome of that. At least the first half, or the middle of his life, I guess. First half is pretty good. The middle of his life, nothing is going right. Nothing. His kids die. His stuff's taken from him. He breaks out. His health deteriorates. It's just, nothing's going right. Nothing is going right. Another moment we see of a person who has a time in life where it seems like nothing's going right is David. When he returns to Ziklag, he just comes back from battle, and he gets to Ziklag, and his wife's gone. His men's wives are gone. Their stuff's burned down. It's destroyed. It's looted. And his men, his loyal followers, are saying, "We want to kill you, David." Talk about nothing going right. A bad day for David. Another example is Joseph. In fact, it seems like time after time, things just take a turn for the worse. All right, got a dream, life's going good. Now my brothers take me, throw me in a pit. From the pit to slavery, from the slavery to prison. Man, Joseph, ain't nothing going right for you. And we can be in situations in our life where it feels like back to back to back to back, things are just going wrong. Things are not going the way we want them to go. And it's frustrating. We feel like giving up. In Job's situation, the devil was trying to get him to curse God and die. That's what Job wanted. He wanted to turn against God. And sometimes when things aren't going right, it can be very tempting to turn against God and blame God and say, "God, why?" And Job had some moments where it seemed like he might go that direction. But there's one statement that Job made that I think is a great example of what to do when nothing is going right. Job said, "Naked I came in, naked I'm going out. But blessed be the name of the Lord." Job kept praising God when nothing was going right. I may not understand what's happening. I may not get what's happening, but blessed be the name of the Lord. God, I give you praise. I give you glory. I give you honor. I may be at the least. I may be at the end of my rope. Everything may be falling around me. I may be in the worst situation of my life. My health may be failing, but blessed be the name of the Lord. What do you do when nothing seems to be going right? We find David in Ziklag. His men want to kill him. His family's taken. His possessions are gone. His home burned to the ground. And what does David do? not only does he bless the Lord, he delights himself in the Lord. He finds peace. He finds joy. He finds hope. When everything around him says, there is no peace, David, there is no hope, and there is no joy, he delighted himself in the Lord. He found his hope. He found peace where there shouldn't have been peace because he delighted himself in the Lord. What do you do when nothing seems to be going right? Well, Joseph, you just keep on doing the right thing. You keep on keeping your character right. You don't fold the pressure. You do the right thing. You keep on working hard. You keep on doing what's right. Yeah, it maybe seem easy to follow Potiphar's wife temptation, but no, I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to honor Potiphar and I'm going to honor God. I'm going to work hard in prison. I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to keep on doing what is right. What do you do when nothing seems to be going right? You keep on worshiping. Keep on blessing God. You find your peace. You find your hope. You find your joy in God, not in your possessions, not in your family, not in life itself, not in things in life, but you find your peace. You find your joy. You find your hope in God. You delight yourself in the Lord. You turn to Him and find delight in Him. And then, what do? You keep on doing what's right. You keep your character right. You keep on moving forward. You keep on going in the right direction. You do what's right. You work hard. You move forward. That is what you do when nothing seems to be going right. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but those men did it, which means you can do it. This has been Caleb's Take. Coming up next, we have a little bonus segment of this insane story I found on Twitter the other day. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, welcome to a little bonus segment here today. I was on Twitter the other day, and I came across this story of this guy who was stealing a car, as one does. And he's stealing this car. He's on his way out with the car. He's got this car. He's going to take it away. He's going to do what he does, pawn it, take it to the chop shop, whatever he's going to do with it. But then he looks in the back seat, and he sees something that absolutely shocks him. There is a newborn baby or a very young baby in the back seat in a car seat. And he instantly stops the car, pulls the car to the side, hits the brakes, hops out, takes the baby out of the car, runs up to the house of where this baby's parents are, knocks on the door and says, "Listen, what is wrong with you parents? Okay, I'm out here trying to steal your car, and you, like a bunch of idiots, leave your baby in the back seat so people like me can come steal your car and take your baby. Are you crazy?" He puts the baby down and says, "You are awful parents. Keep an eye on your kids. Make sure you keep your baby with you. Do you understand there's people like me in the world today?" Then he goes back, jumps in the car, and steals their car and drives off with it. And this is a true story. Okay, this guy literally tries to steal this car, sees the baby in the back seat, gets out of the car, takes the baby out, goes to the parents of this baby and says, "You guys are awful parents. And you need to keep an eye on your baby because I'm trying to steal your car and you could have lost your baby when I stole your car. But I'm a good person who is stealing your car. Okay, I'm a good person. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to steal your car, okay? As one does. And you're out here leaving your baby in the backseat so scumbags might come and steal your baby and your car. But I'm a good guy, okay? I just want your car. I don't want your baby. You scumbags. You awful parents." And he leaves the baby there and he just leaves. Can you imagine? Honestly, though, if you're the parents of that baby, like I'm sure they're decent parents. I don't know the whole situation of where the car was at, what was going on. But for a criminal to come and tell you, "Hey, you're bad parents," you might be some bad parents. I don't know. I just thought the story was hilarious. I wanted to leave you today with that. You guys are incredible. I want you to continue to grow this next year. We have some things we're working on for y'all. It's going to be a great year next year. Go ahead and start thinking about those goals. Get those goals ready for next year. Think about, reevaluate this year. What could you have done better? What do you want to do next year? It's been a great year with you guys. We have some more shows coming up before the end of the year, but it's not too early to start thinking about those goals. You guys are awesome. Have a great day today. This has been the Chancellor, Caleb Betterton, entertaining, hopefully, and challenging you to become all you can be. This has been Caleb's Take.